Hello, my loves, and welcome to this week's reading for Gemini for the week of April 3rd. I would highly recommend watching these for your rising and your sun sign since they are general readings. That way you can kind of take what resonates and leave what doesn't for you. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, or subscribe if you enjoy my content. It would help me grow my channel and mean a lot to me. We do have a full moon also this week in Libra, which is going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that is going to be highlighting relationships for us and finding balance within those relationships. So let's see what comes up for Gemini, as I know we're all going through quite a bit of shifts right now. All right, Gemini, what does Spirit have for the week ahead? What guidance and messages does Spirit have for our Geminis? I'm going to do one more shuffle. These readings have been like pretty fire today, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we have first 18 shadow. Gem, you are facing some of your biggest fears right now. I want to say this came up last week for you, so this is not just like something happening out of the blue. This is something you have been working through for a little bit. So just feeling very unstable, very frazzled. Where does something falls off my wall? Interesting. Almost a feeling of just like not being solid on your foundation, right? Not feeling completely stable, not knowing exactly what comes next, being challenged, all of those things. But Spirit is saying this is something that you are having to go through at this point in time to strengthen that foundation within yourself, to change course. What you've been doing, you need to move away from. And I know it feels dramatic, like this is a big like rip the band-aid off moment, right? This isn't something that you're just like choosing this change and you're like slowly taking steps to move in it. I feel like this week and the week before is just like band-aid ripped off. You are diving into all these different feelings, feelings of scarcity coming up, feelings of uncertainty coming up. Really activating your nervous system is what I'm seeing more than anything, Gemini. Then we have deception and envy. So taking a look at if you're getting any gut hunches that someone is not who they say they are, or a situation is not what it says it is, to be really mindful of that. I feel like there's someone who has some envy or jealousy around you. They're like pretending to be your friend and they're like pretending to reach out, and they like see all these changes happening around you and they can imagine that it is frazzling you a bit, right? So they're reaching out, showing concern. I feel like this is someone from the past. So if you formally had a relationship with this person or were formally close to them and they're all of a sudden showing interest and checking in, oh, just want to see how you're doing. It's a big bullshit card for me. So if you're like, this is weird, I don't know why this person's reaching out, I would be a little mindful of that this week, right? They kind of are just envious of you. They're wanting to know how you do the things that you do. And I know right now you're not feeling very grounded, but Spirit is like, you are taking big steps. You are trusting in the path that's laid out for you. And from the outside, people see that and they want that, right? They want to know your secrets, how you do it. But right now your energy is not really in a state where you you need to be more protective with a Gemini. So you need to be a little bit more cautious of who you give your energy to, because you're not fully, filling your own cup anyways. So it's not like anything too dramatic I'm hearing, but just be really mindful of like who you're letting feed into you, and not giving too much of your personal information, I'm hearing. Very interesting. Then we have 9, suffering in silence. Nice. So kind of ending this cycle of not, opening up to people, because I do see you already shifting and putting yourself out there a little bit more with people you do trust and love, right? So this deception card isn't like, oh, don't open up to anybody, but our 9, suffering in silence, is saying, what am I not opening up to my closest people about, that I know I can trust, that I know I can confide in? And how is that manifesting in the real world? That stress, that anxiety, how is that showing up in other places? And are there maybe healthier ways I can cope with what's coming up for me, right? So this is something I already see you shifting. I already see this happening for you, right? 9 is about ending. So this cycle of keeping it in and figuring it all out on your own is ending. You kind of had to get to a breaking point more recently to realize that, though. Like, things had to really fall apart mentally, emotionally. You had to be kind of like pushed to your extreme limit to realize, like, I cannot do this. I cannot keep it in. I need to reach out. I need the support from other people. And you're recognizing it feels actually really good. In the past, you might have isolated more and taken time for yourself and not really opened up as much. And now you're recognizing, okay, like, I can discern when I do need to open up. I can discern when I do need that support, and it actually feels really good. So I do love that for you, Gemini. Let's see what else. 3, solar plexus chakra. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. Just activating your I am statements, your place of confidence, how you put yourself out in the world, which makes a lot of sense with the opening up to people, and just feeling worthy of love. Like, feeling you can lean on people is really the big theme I keep hearing. So knowing that you're worthy of leaning on people, that you have the support to do so now. Maybe you didn't have that formerly, but you do have that now. So, like, totally take advantage of it. People love you in your circle and really just like see the good in you. So this is something that you're beginning to recognize in yourself. Like, wow, I really am loved. I am supported. You know, how can I give that back to myself, or why haven't I maybe fully given that to myself, Gemini? And then we have 21 universe. So recognizing that we are connected to everything around us is an extension of ourself, is an extension of our inner world. How we perceive the things around us is an extension of our own perception and thoughts and beliefs, okay? So getting really clear about that. If I am suffering extremely, you know, almost like reminding yourself too that the human experience has suffering. We're never going to be without that suffering. So what can you do when you do go through these dramatic shifts to really tend to yourself and recognize this situation is going to make me grow? Like, I am going through this because I have to grow. I am going to be put in a better space. So it's definitely worthwhile. I know you're going through a lot of challenges, Gemini, and it seems a little crazy, but I feel like the main challenge is forcing you to get concrete in your own being and depend on yourself and have faith. Really testing your faith is big right now because you don't have these physical senses of security quite as much. Like I said, it's not as sound for you. So it's almost like a big test of your faith this week. So the relationship aspect for me is a relationship with yourself. That is the main attraction this week for Gemini. The relationship with yourself and how you tend to that, and then giving your energy accordingly, right? Do you have the energy to spare to other people? Or do you need other people to fill into your cup at this time? Do you need to fill your own cup at this time? Really just checking in. It's as simple as just checking in and being like, what do I need right now? What is going to feel good to me? So being a lot more mindful of your inner world, Gem. But good luck with the rest of your week ahead. And as always, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Otherwise, I will see you next week, Gemini. Take care.